do, Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with my healthcare experience in Europe as an American. I'm intrigued by this one. I'm intrigued, but before we jump in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring your notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so I get suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You want to subscribe to any of it? Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Human, I talk back. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or in the description section or the Google form link. What we got?
Hey guys, so I'm going to talk about my healthcare experience when I went to Europe. So I just got back from a trip to Europe. I went to Barcelona in Spain, and then I flew to Amsterdam. I was in Barcelona for a week. I was in Amsterdam for a week too, and then I went to Vals, which is in southern Holland, for my uncle's wedding, and I went to Mönchengladbach, Germany, for 2 days, and then I flew.
Bro, I'm already jealous, my guy. I'm already just going to these different places, enjoying this time in these different cultures. You got to suck all these different cultures in. Like, I'm jealous.
And I went to Mönchengladbach, Germany, for 2 days, and then I flew back home. So when I was in Amsterdam, I hurt my foot. I went dancing for too long in a nightclub. And the next morning when I woke up, my foot was like, it hurt really bad. It really felt like someone had like taken a hammer and smashed right behind my toes on my left foot. And it was swollen, but there was no marking, so I was kind of confused. I was like, why does it hurt? And I guess I just had overstressed it. So I took it easy for a couple days. And then I decided. Then I went on a walking tour of Amsterdam. I did a guided tour of the red light district and this like museum tour and stuff like that. So I was walking around for like 2 hours straight, and normally that's no problem. I walked like 6 miles a day when I was in Barcelona, and I've been biking around all the time in Amsterdam. But by the end of the walking tour, my foot was just hurting really badly. And I was limping.
Sheesh, I wonder, like, when you say dancing too long, I wonder how long he was dancing to stress it like that. Because you're walking 6 miles a day. You're on your feet a lot. 6 miles, that's a lot to walk. And then, but how long were you dancing, my guy? What kind of dance was you out there trying to pull off for your foot to get stressed like that? That's crazy.
My foot was just hurting really badly. And I was limping, and I knew it was no good. So the next day, I drove with my uncle to Vals because we were going there for his wedding. And, not much improvement at all. I think I waited one more day. And then on the day of the wedding was starting at like 1:32, something like that. I was like, okay, I got to go to the doctor. It's not improving. It's getting bad.
You can't wait till the day of the wedding, my guy. You got to go sometime before, sometime. But I understand you're with your uncle, I guess, who probably lives there. And so you probably feel more comfortable going to the hospital with him just because he knows.
I was like, okay, I got to go to the doctor. This is not improving. It's getting bad. So I was at a hotel, so I asked the hotel reception, where's the nearest doctor? So they pointed out on the map for me, and it was like a block or 2 blocks away. I think it was 3 blocks. So I called them up, and the recording line was in Dutch, so I had no idea. I speak German and Spanish pretty well, but I can't speak Dutch, so I had no idea what they were saying on the recording line. So I said, screw it, I'm just gonna go straight there. So it was I think it was around 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that, on a Thursday. And I walked there. I limped to the doctor's office. So I get there, and I check in, and I just go up to the desk and I say, hey, how's it going? I got this problem, blah blah blah. They take my ID, they scan it, they tell me that it's going to be 25 euros for the doctor to check me out. So keep in mind, I'm an American citizen. I live in California. I have I have health insurance here, but I don't have, it's not international health insurance.
Yeah.
So I'm over there. I am not a citizen, and I have no health insurance. So they tell me, okay, so it's going to be 25 euros for the doctor to see you. So I say, okay, all right. That's like what a copay is in America. So I go. I had to get cash. They wanted me to pay in cash. So I was like, that's fine. So there's an ATM across the street. So I went and got. I went and got the cash, and then I waited probably like 10 minutes, maybe. It might have even been less than that. It was like 10, 15 minutes.
Wow.
I went and saw the doctor. She examined my foot. She did a thorough job. She looked at it. She said, she asked me questions, blah, blah, blah. She looked at my other foot to compare. My left one was kind of swollen and blah, blah, blah. So she looked at the foot. She said, okay, I think you need an x-ray. I think it has like a stress fracture. And, she heard my whole story and everything. She said, I don't have an x-ray machine here, but I can write you an x-ray recommendation for a hospital. So I said, okay, that sounds good. She wrote me the recommendation, and then she said, I can give you it's like a painkiller / anti-inflammatory prescription. So I went, so I said, okay, great, that sounds good. I'll take the prescription. So she gave me the prescription. There was a pharmacy in the downstairs of the doctor's office. So I went down the elevator, went to the pharmacy. They filled my prescription, and it was 7 euros for this like painkiller / anti-inflammatories.
We talking. This man has no insurance over there. No insurance over there. He done got his foot checked out. Got an X-ray recommendation. He done got to see the doctor for that. Done got prescribed medication. Went down, paid for his prescription. Altogether, it's only 32 euros so far. No insurance. Only 32 euros so far. This is, oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah, you had already been, at the very least, no insurance here, hundreds if not thousands of dollars already. With insurance, maybe hundreds. Maybe 100. I don't, depends on how good your insurance is. But this is crazy, no insurance at all there. 32 euros.
It was 7 euros for this like painkiller / anti-inflammatories pill. So and it was funny because they said, "Oh, do you want a receipt so you can try to get your health insurance to pay for it?" And I just started laughing. I was like, what's the point? I'm going to spend like an hour on the phone to try to get 5 euros from the insurance company or whatever. So I was like, no, it's fine, don't worry. So I had the painkiller, and I had the doctor, the recommendation for an x-ray. Okay, so the next day, so the wedding happens. The next day, my foot's actually feeling a little better, probably due to the pill she had given me. And so I'm driving with my relatives to Mönchengladbach, which is pretty close to the German Dutch border. So my aunt, my great aunt, she takes me to the basically the emergency room in her town, Mönchengladbach. So I go there. They had me fill out a little bit of paperwork. They like photocopied my ID. I signed a couple things. So I go to get the x-ray, and first I'll tell you how long I waited. First, I check in, then I go back to the emergency room. I probably waited about a half hour. I think I made like a phone call, and I read a couple of news articles on my phone. Like, it was a half hour, and this is an emergency room.
Yeah.
And again, I have no insurance, and I'm not a German citizen. So, go there. I wait about a half hour. I go and see the doctor. The doctor examines me again. I tell her the whole story. Then she says, okay, we're going to give you an x-ray. So I walk down to the x-ray room. They do the x-ray. I go to the reception room in the x-ray wing of the hospital, and they say, okay, your charge is 20 euros for the x-ray. So I'm like, all right, great, that sounds good. 20 euros. So I go back up. They look at my x-ray. They say, okay, you don't have a stress fracture, but you need to take it easy for a bit. They're like, you have lots of inflammation, and you just got to take it easy, and etc. So they give me this. They give me like a pain cream, and they wrap my foot up, and they send me on my way. So I leave the hospital, and I tell my aunt, I'm like, yeah, they only charged me 20 euros, and she, you know how the Germans are. She's like, oh, that's not right. You probably owe them a little more. So I was like, all right, whatever. So we go back to the billing office, and they determine that I owe them another 60 euros. So my total charge for visiting an emergency room in Germany was 80 euros, and that included an X-ray.
That's
so
crazy.
If you did the same thing in the United States and you didn't have health insurance, and especially if you weren't a citizen, I'm sure
you gotta give up your house. You got no health insurance, bro. You're just gonna have to live out the pain. Like, you're just gonna have to suffer through. You're just going to have to suffer through the pain, because that charge in the U.S. is gonna be ridiculous. If the same thing happens. Altogether, at the 2 hospitals he visited, he paid 112 euros. Got his foot x-rayed, got prescription pills, got prescription cream for his foot, got his foot wrapped up, got all these things, and it only paid 112 euros in all. That's crazy. That would not fly here. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense how they can do it there, and we can't figure it out.
I have health insurance, and I'm especially if you weren't a citizen, I'm sure the X-ray would probably cost at least $300 or $400, and then just the fact that you're in the emergency room would at least be another couple hundred. So you'd probably be at the door 500. I show up, not a citizen, no health insurance, and they charge me 80 euros. And I was happy. I waited a half hour at the emergency room, and I waited like maybe 15 minutes at the doctor's office in Holland. So overall, I think my experience was pretty good, and I was happy that I didn't have a fracture, because that would have really ruined the rest of my trip.
Yeah.
And so it was really good. But I just hope that this leads to a further discussion about the healthcare system we have in the United States, because over there they have a combo it's mostly universal healthcare, so it's like single payer universal healthcare where the government pays for it. And in Germany, you can buy, I think in Holland too, you can buy supplemental healthcare insurance. So like if you're for some reason you're not happy with it, then you can pay extra money. But the prices are way lower. The wait times were faster, if you ask me. And what a lot of people will say, they'll say about they'll rag on the Canadian system, or they'll rag on universal healthcare systems. They'll say, oh, the wait times are forever, and you're going to get a shitty doctor and poor.
A lot of that is exactly what people will say. That is exactly what people.
The wait times are forever, and you're going to get a shitty doctor and poor care. And I never had that problem. And granted, I only went to two different doctors' offices, and a doctor's office and an emergency room. But that was my experience. So hopefully you can pass this on to other people and tell them, spread the truth. All right, have a good one.
Yeah, that was super dope, man. We gotta fix it, bro. We gotta do, at some point we have to do something. Because you're going over here, like you said, it costs you $100. If you didn't get to $1,000, it would at least cost you hundreds for the same thing to get done over here with no insurance. And it makes no sense that he can go overseas, hurt himself, no insurance in this place, and pay less than most people will pay with insurance here. That makes no sense. But I appreciate it for this video. That's all we got. If you guys got a favorite video you want to see me react to, you can subscribe to Patreon, or in the description there's a Google form link. Hit the link, fill out your suggestions, send it to me. Want me to get to yours faster, fill out premium. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D Neal, out.